SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm your host, Grenade God to Austin on the Big Cat. My cool cat, put your paws up. If you're rocking with the Big Cat today, I got an email from one of my cool cats that asked me, Big Cat, is it a double standard when it comes to Cam Newton return and Drew Brees return? It sounds like a frame up. But first, one quick question before we get started. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love Carolina Panthers? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you love Carolina Panthers? No, come on, Esta. Do you love the Carolina Panthers? Give me a dab. Listen, man, we're going to talk about, is it fair for Drew Brees to walk in and get his spot back with no questions and Cam Newton to be heavily criticized? Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Let me give a very special shout out to Little Skip. Laid this hot ass instrumental on me. He's one of the cool cats. It's called All Sage X. If you guys got beats, if you guys got instrumental, I would love to promote them in my podcast. Just get in my inbox in the description below. Now, one of the cool cats earlier hit me up and they said, Big Cat, I've been trying to get through on the live stream. I've been trying to get through. I love what you do, but your phone calls are always jam-packed. Could you please read my email? And the email goes as follows. I'm paraphrasing here. He said, when it comes to Drew Brees and Cam Newton, why is it that Drew Brees can walk in and get his job back even though Teddy Bridgewater is 5-0? But when it comes to Cam Newton, it seems like he's criticized and ostracized when he's almost close to being healthy. Is there a double standard? Well, I'll tell you this right here. If you go to sportspredictor.com, if you look up on your screen right here, they have Drew Brees rated as a low-risk product when it comes to his career and when it comes to injuries. He has a total of 3 on here, but including the one now will be 4 over a span of 18 years. 4 times over 18 years, okay? So, with that being said, the reason why that's so significant is when it comes to getting your job back, I got to know that you're going to be able to stay there and be able to produce like the backup has been able to produce. If it's a risk, if there's a little bit of doubt that me giving your job back and you're not healthy, then, well, you're gonna have them kind of questions. You're gonna have that kind of animosity and insecurity that the Carolina Panthers fan base are going through now, because we just don't know. Let's go over to Cam Newton real quick. Cam Newton, in his 9-year career, has been injured a total of 11 times in 9 years. That's pretty high if you ask me. Now, Cam Newton, when he is healthy, again, we just don't know. We just don't know if he's gonna come back. He's gonna be able to produce that way. And again, do you really want him coming in there and then going out again with another injury? I mean, things like this really make you question whether or not to put him in there. I mean, the longer the better. The longer we can hold him out, the better. But I don't think there's a bias. I don't think there's a bias. And if you want to talk about career-wise, when it comes to career-wise, my man has delivered a Super Bowl for the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees has been able to deliver a Super Bowl, so he can write his own ticket when you bring hardware to the stadium. I hate to be a cock rider, but that's facts. You know what I mean? But again, Cam Newton, 11 times in his 9-year career injury. Now, again, let's look at sportspredictor.com. Another interesting stat that I found when it comes to Drew Brees. This is going into this season. They said he has a 16.4% chance of being injured this year. When it comes to chances of him being injured per game, they said it's 1.1% that he will be injured in all of his games, okay? Now, projections of games missed. They got him projected as a 0.1% chance of missing games this year. You know what that means? That means 80% confident that they will miss 0 games or less. Obviously, they got that wrong. When it comes to durability, they got him ranked as 127. They're saying 5 is considered decent. All right, so again, when it comes to, double standards, durability is number 1, okay? You can't produce if you're not able to be healthy. So, again, let's go over to Cam Newton's numbers right here. Cam Newton. Let's take a look, man. It's at 45% chance. Going into the season, 45% chance of him being hurt. Ouch. Again, chances of injury per game. They said 3.7% chance of him being injured in each of his games. All right. projection for missing games in 2019, 0.7. Now, what that means is 6.5 games. They expected 80% confident. They're 80% confident that he'll miss at least 6.5 games this year. Durability, 7. Okay, again, they said 5 was considered decent. Now, with that being said, these are things you have to consider when it comes to reinstating your new quarterback. This is one aspect of it. That's the reason why, if you look at them side by side, two different cases, two different ways to compare, but I don't think it's biased. The next reason why I don't think it's biased is because both quarterbacks are asked to do two different things. Drew Brees, of course, he's not the same guy who he once was. He can't drive the ball down the field like he used to, all right? But he still has that pinpoint accuracy that every coach dreamed to have. So when it comes to Cam Newton, when you expected him to bring him back at 100%, our offense is dependent of him running the ball 80% of the time, or the threat of him running the ball 80% of the time. So, I mean, you just don't know. Like, if he comes back 75%, if the defense doesn't buy that he's going to run with the ball, he's a sitting duck. He's a sitting duck. I mean, so that's the reason why, I mean, you know, and I hate to put my brother on blast, but when him coming out not being truthful to the coaches, that left, I mean, this is bigger than what you think. That left a real bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. You know what I mean? Because the fans out there, like I said, they put time and money into supporting the organization, and they expect for you to be forthcoming and expect for you to put the best product on the field. But when you hide that, I mean, like I said, you just don't know, man. You just don't know. With Drew Brees, prior to him getting hurt, like I said, he has a history of being healthy, being consistent, being accurate. History that with Cam Newton, he doesn't have that. But I don't want to diminish what he has done, but he's not that same guy anymore. And if you ask Cam Newton himself over the preseason, when he came out and had the interview with Peter King, he said the thing about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is, later in their career, they had to adjust so they can remain relevant or remain effective in this game. Okay, so right now, I haven't seen that yet. I mean, I haven't seen him being able to adapt and make those necessary changes. So, excuse me if there is a little bit of hesitancy or a little bit of animosity or a little bit of rumbling amongst the fan base. But the reason why it's not biased is, you know, like I said before, two different kind of offenses. One quarterback can produce, one quarterback can stay healthy for the most part. And listen, it is what it is. Last but not least, the reason why it's not biased is you're bringing one quarterback back into a perfect offensive line situation versus another quarterback who you're bringing back to a mismatched offensive line. If you think about it, it's really kind of not fair, man. Cam hasn't had an offensive line that has been able to stay healthy or consistent for like the last 2 or 3 years, and that's the reason why I get it. I mean, I get it why he wants to be Superman and all that shit, because you got to. You got to. But to be all fair about it, man, when you put him behind those offensive line, it makes it difficult for him to, make it difficult for them to block. It's hard for them to block when you don't know where the quarterback is, okay? Because if you're pinched in, okay, let's run a play where we got to pinch in, and the play breaks down. Now you don't know where the quarterback is. If he rolls to the left and you're blocking to the, I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess. With Drew Brees, you know what you're getting. You got 3 All-Pro linemen on there from last year. I mean, listen, man, he's coming back to a good situation, man. And that defense is pretty good, too. Not to say our defense isn't. Our defense is the fucking best in the NFL. I don't care what numbers say. But when it comes to the offensive line situation, we're still playing Patch Adams. We're still playing Operation, trying to figure out the right combination. You know, Napolitan, strawberry, chocolate. We're trying to figure the right flavor out here. So, I mean, all fair, all said and fair. I mean, do you really want him coming back to that kind of situation? And even though they have blocked well for Kyle Allen's style is more suitable, you know, to play behind that offensive line. He's not asked to be too mobile. I mean, he'll make a little move here and there, but like I said, Cam Newton's game is predicated on his ability to run. So, is it biased to bring Drew Brees back with no issue, no comment from the fans? Nah, I don't think so, man. I think that Drew Brees is who he is. That offensive line set up the way he is. He's not as injury prone, so you're not really worried about him getting hurt again. And he's able to produce. I mean, and you know, That's that's how I feel about it. It may be fucked up. I want to hear from you guys, man. I'm your host, Grenade Golf, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cat, put your paws up. Let me hear from you guys, man. Do you think it's biased that Drew Brees can come back with no scrutiny, but Cam gets dogged out and all this good stuff? Or is it more so, precautionary, or maybe it's changing of the guards? I want to hear from you, man. Make sure you tune into Spotify, the podcast, on Google Podcast, Anchor FM. Listen, man, check out the new merch at represent.com. The link is in the description. Check out some of that fly, cool cat gear. Let's get up out of here. Let the church say that. Yo, Big Cat here. One cool question before I get started. Do you like it? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you like it? If you don't like it, give it the app. Check this out, y'all. Head over to represent.com. Join the Big Cat. Show your support as a cool cat. And show that fandom off by rocking your favorite YouTuber's latest merchandise. The link to the store is in the profile description. Listen, don't forget to give me that dab and keep pounding. Pause up.